Washington State Facts for Kids. The contiguous United States, which excludes Alaska and Hawaii, has Washington in its northwest corner. It shares borders with British Columbia, Canada, to the north, Idaho, to the east, Oregon, to the south, with which the Columbia River forms the majority of its border, and the Pacific Ocean, to the west. Geographically, the territory is separated into 6 areas. Located in the northwest corner of Washington, the Olympic Mountains are bounded to the north by the Strait of Juan de Fuca and to the west by the Pacific Ocean. This untamed, damp region is home to thick rainforests. The southwest section of Washington is home to the Coast Range region, which consists of beaches and hills covered with forests. East of the Coast Range is the Puget Sound lowlands with river valleys, harbors, and the state's major cities. The area has millions of low, flattened hills here called Mima Mounds. Scientists still aren't sure how these mysterious mounds were formed. The majestic Cascade Mountains, which include Mount Rainier, are located farther east. This is the 5th highest peak in the contiguous United States at 14,410 feet. The south-central part of the state is covered by the Columbia Plateau. It is a portion of the largest lava plateau in the world, which consists of scablands, patches of dried lava, and coulees, which are steep, dry canyons. In the southeast region of the state, the Blue Mountains rise. The Palouse Hills, which are covered in loess, wind-blown silt and clay sediment, are also in the southeast. The northeastern part of the state is surrounded by the Rocky Mountains. This area also includes the Columbia Mountains. At least 10,000 years ago, people first settled in the Washington area. They might have arrived over a land bridge that connected Asia and North America and was exposed when water levels dropped during the last ice age. Numerous Native American groups, such as the Yakima, Chinook, Nez Perce, and Puget Sound Salish, inhabited the area thousands of years later. The region was first visited by European explorers in the 1700s, although they only stayed on land for a short while before sailing back to their ships. In 1805, Meriwether Lewis and William Clark, the first Americans sent on a western exploration journey, came here, but they quickly left. The area was jointly owned by the Americans and the British for a portion of the early 1800s. In 1846, a treaty dividing the land was signed by the two countries. The Oregon Territory was created in America, encompassing the area that would eventually become Washington. The British seized control of the north in what is now Canada. On November 11, 1889, Washington was created as the 42nd state. The capital was established in Olympia, and the state goes by the 2-letter abbreviation, W, and A. There are 8 million residents spread across the 71,300 square miles and 39 counties that define the state. The key industries in the state are agriculture, including apples, berries, cattle, fishing, poultry, and wheat, timber and wood products, paper products, computer software, aircraft, and tourism. With half the state covered in forests, it's no surprise that Washington is one of the country's biggest lumber and plywood producers. This state is also known for mining valuable metals such as gold, lead, and aluminum. No state produces more red raspberries, apples, pears, and sweet cherries than Washington. The pink and gold Rainier cherries, which are renowned for their extreme sweetness, were also born there. It is the only state named after a U.S. president. The residents had other preferences and even recommended Columbia instead, but Congress decided to name the land after George Washington. The final Boeing aircraft assembly facility is located in Everett, Washington. This is the world's largest single building. Seattle, Washington, is the location of the renowned Space Needle. At its summit is a revolving restaurant, which looks like a spaceship. Mount St. Helens is an active volcano that is part of the Cascade Mountains. A massive 5.1 magnitude earthquake rocked the region on May 18, 1980. The mountain's north flank collapsed as a result and is the largest landslide ever recorded in history. An enormous mound of earth slid at a pace of more than 100 miles per hour, causing a 600-foot wave as the avalanche struck Spirit Lake, which is adjacent to the mountain, and destroyed everything in its path. The state flower is the rhododendron. Because of its size, structure, blossoms, and the fact that many of them are evergreen, rhododendrons are frequently used in landscaping. The state bird is the willow goldfinch, also known as the American goldfinch. In most of North America, goldfinches are easy to locate, except in dense woodlands. They are typically common around feeders and in places where thistle plants are present. The state fish is the steelhead trout. Steelhead trout spend part of their lives in the sea before returning to rivers to breed. The state tree is the western hemlock. Compared to other tree species, its strength and stiffness make it a preferred material to use with horizontal components and longer spans. The state mammal is the orca, also known as the killer whale. Orcas were given the name killer whale by ancient sailors who observed groups of orcas hunting and preying on other larger whale species.
I hope you enjoy our videos. If so, please hit the like button and also subscribe to our channel.